Welcome to Off-Grid Victory. So we're in the process of going ahead and putting up the drywall, and as you can see, all of the drywall's been put up, and started spackling a little bit, taping, covering the holes from the drywall screws. This particular area right here has been left open because this is where the fireplace is going to go, the hearth, and so this is going to get 5/8 cement board, and then it's going to be tiled along with the floor here to the sliding glass door for the opening, so we'll be able to go in and out as we need firewood for the winter. And so yeah, the drywall is pretty complete. Just a couple little notes here. So I'm using corner tape for the edges there, and I'm using a fiberglass tape for the seams here. And so that's what I'm using for the drywall stuff. The other thing I wanted to highly recommend is this guy. Now this is a drywall lifter. This particular product comes from Harbor Freight. It wasn't very expensive. It was $100 or so, but really it saves a lot of time and backache, and even with secondary help, this thing is still invaluable. And so I would highly recommend that, doing drywall, especially when you're lifting up heights like this. This is roughly 8.5, almost 9 feet high. So this thing I think is rated to go about 11 feet, a little bit over. So at any rate, I would recommend that tool. The other thing I'm doing here is, as you can see, I've built out a closet space for the rear of the container, and so we'll have plenty of storage for closet space for clothes. And just wanted to show you that. And then up here, in terms of the seams, once again, you want to make those ceiling seams as tight as possible, so that when you go ahead and screw right next to it, the drywall itself won't fall apart and break on you. Specifically, if you're doing tight end-to-end screwing like that, what you do want to do is keep the edged profiled part of the drywall to meet with the edge profile of the other piece of the drywall. Now, the reason why you want to do that is because you have paper on both, all around that piece of the drywall. It's not a cut end at all. Back here would be cut, and that's just tape, so that's not a big deal. But here, you want to keep that tape on there so that you could have a tight fit with the screws. You're still going to get some explosions like that guy right there. That's good. That's bound to happen because, well, hey, look, it is what it is. Your seams are going to be close, but it might not be that close. The other thing you can do is, as you can see some holes up there, those are just temporary holes. I put a screw up there to hold it tight before I put the other 2 screws in, and then I close it off. So anyway, that's another thing for ceiling work. You want to put those seams tight, and what you want to do is you want to preferably use the tapered side with the paper material all around when you can, especially when you're butting up joints. Unfortunately, obviously here you cannot, as it's going across, but to the extent that you can, you want to do that as well. Keep the seams. And once again, here the seams down there, obviously that, like I told you, in terms of the framing, if I ever got water damage on the floor, that piece can be just cut off and then another piece put on in terms of the drywall. And of course, the top here is just straight through ventilation from side to side for the windows. So next up is just kind of completing off this whole process of drywalling. And after that, putting on this cement board, putting on the tile on the cement board here, laying more cement board on the ground. Yeah, and that'll be it. And so we'll keep you posted on the progress of the container. All right. Shalom.